Hi everyone, good evening. Please let me know if my audio and video is clear so that we can have the class in a smooth and continuous manner. Good evening, Pookie, Sharma. Good evening, Rohan, Adi. Just let me know if my audio and video is clear. Then we will start off with our session. We are basically doing, descriptive answer writing sessions every Sunday at 9 p.m. I give you a question to write down an answer and I evaluate it live in the class. If you guys have written the answer, I evaluate your answers live and also discuss the model answer for whatever question I gave you, right? Okay, so your topic is AI for social inclusion. I gave you a question last Sunday, है ना? And you had to write down an answer and share with me. Since this time I haven't received, anybody's answer, so I'm going to discuss the model answer only, and we're going to discuss some prerequisites of answer writing also, right? Before I begin, if you want to download this YouTube class PDF, you can download it from the Olive Board app. Just go to the courses section. There's going to be a separate YouTube class PDFs folder. You can download the PDF from here. And if there's anyone new over here and wants to connect with me on Telegram, Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. Just type Mannat Educator, you will have access to my Telegram group. Okay? Fine. So let's take a look at the question that I gave you last time and then we will move on to the model answer of it. Fine. So the question is that Niti Aayog has released the report Roadmap on AI for Inclusive Societal Development, outlining a strategic plan to use artificial intelligence for empowering India's vast informal sector workforce. So your question is based on this report which has been released by Niti Aayog. So that means you have to, in your answer, you have to provide reference of this report and you have to, refer to this report. You have to refer to this report to write your answer. Hai. What are its key recommendations? So firstly, you're going to talk about the key recommendations. Like I told you that the first step in answer writing is that you have to highlight the keywords. The major keyword over here is this report of Niti Aayog. Hai. Second is the recommendations of this report. How can technology play a role in transforming the informal workforce? These are the three keywords that you should mention in your answer. You have to write this question in about 400 words. This was for 10 marks, right? So, like I have discussed with you before also, that when you do answer writing, the first step is to read the question carefully and highlight the keywords just like we did in the answer. Second, you have to follow a proper structure. What is that structure? There should be proper introduction for your answer, but you don't have to write heading as introduction. Secondly, body portion. Whatever keywords you have identified in your question, all those keywords should be there in your body portion. If the question talks about challenges, you have to write way forward with it. If they have asked you measures, then you have to write the challenges. Whenever, sometimes they don't ask you challenges directly, but they talk about the measures. And then you have to write down the challenges. If they ask about challenges and they've not asked about the measures, then you have to give a way forward or measures. These are some implicit things that you have to remember. Okay? In your body portion, try to cite some data. Try to cite some authentic source. Try to cite some examples. They are very, very important. Okay? It is going to give you an edge. Okay? Fine. Then third part is your conclusion part, which is again very, very important. Conclusion again should be crisp, clear, to the point. It should be around 3 to 4 lines. 3 to 4 lines. You should be able to summarize what you have written. And your summary should be in a very positive, it should be on a positive note. It should be solution oriented because an officer is always solution oriented. Okay? And do not write the heading as conclusion. So when you're writing an answer, do not give me the heading as intro. And then do not give me the heading as body. Do not give me the heading as conclusion. Make sure you type your answers because in your exam you will have to type your answers. Secondly, you will not be able to leave a lot of space in your paper. So accordingly, you have to use wherever you can use caps lock. Okay? You have to use such kind of things. And you can, wherever you can use caps lock to write the headings. For bullet points, you can use 1, 2 or A, B like this. You can use such kind of things for bullet points and all. Okay? And your introduction and conclusion should be very crisp, clear, to the point. बॉडी पोर्शन में, कंटेंट पोर्शन में it should be comprehensive, and for that content knowledge is very very important. So your content knowledge is very important. For that you have to revise more and more, and you have to, if you know, I'm giving you a question like this, first read about that report initially and then try to write an answer, है ना. Content is important, then obviously the word limit becomes important, है ना. Word limit becomes important, right? For a 10 marker question, for a 10 marks question, 400 words you have to write down. For a 15 marker question, you have to write around 600 words. Do not exceed the word limit. Okay, fine. Good evening, Vibhuti, Souvik. Ma'am, how much time ideally for a 10 marker and 15 marker? If I talk about time, time limit, 15, you can say 20 minutes for a 15 marker question and around 15 minutes for a 10 marker question. Okay, so you have to work on your speed. Okay, Rohan? So these are some requisites for answer writing. You have to keep all these in mind whenever you write an answer. Abhi, if you are practicing, if you don't know about a question, you're doing answer writing practice, first try to read about that, so that you are not only covering the question, you're not only doing the answer writing, but you're also covering the current affair of it, you're also covering the whatever is in news, so that you get more and more data for writing in your exam. Okay, fine. Now let's take a look at how you can write down the answer and how you have to go about it. Okay. Okay. So, just one second, let me change the color of the pen. Okay, so introduction. Niti Aayog has released the report Roadmap on AI for Inclusive Societal Development, outlining a strategic plan for use of AI for empowering India's vast informal sector workforce through digital inclusion, skilling, and social security integration. Nearly 490 million Indians, approximately 90% of the workforce, is engaged in the informal sector. है ना? So I have explained in my classes also that there are two types of sectors. And one is organized sector and the other is unorganized sector. Organized sector is also known as the formal sector. Unorganized sector as the informal sector. है ना? So most of the workforce, approximately around 90 to 91% of the workforce is engaged in the informal sector. है ना? So from agriculture to street vending, contributing 50%, approximately 50% to India's GDP, according to Ministry of Labor and Employment. So how have you started off your answer with? You are agreeing with the report that yes, report has been released, and साथ में you have cited some data along with it. Justifying the question related to informal workforce. So you have provided a data. Okay, that is how you can start your introduction. So your introduction can be based on any kind of definition. For example, there is definition based question, or meaning of the question, or if there is any news related to that question. If there is any report, then report means you can highlight any important line, है ना? That way you can start your introduction. Okay, 4 to 5 lines, 3 to 4 lines is enough for your introduction part. It should not be very very lengthy. It should not be very very lengthy. So you have to set a context for your answer. Okay, fine. You're welcome, Pookie Sharma. No problem. Okay, right. Then first of all, you're going to start by writing key challenges, current challenges in the informal sector, because what is the question talking about? That what is the key recommendations? Recommendations, so someone will give you only when there is a problem and a solution has to be obtained because of that problem, है ना? Only then will you bring in some recommendation if there is a problem arising or if there is a challenge arising in that particular sector. So you have to write down first the challenges and then move on to the recommendations. So what are the challenges? First of all, financial insecurity. If I talk about informal sector of the economy, there is a lot of job insecurity, है ना? Social insecurity. There are no social security benefits for these. There is no financial security also, for this informal sector workforce. You have to mention these challenges first. So financial insecurity, over 75% of informal workers, they earn below 10,000 per month and lack access to affordable credit or insurance. This is according to PLFS survey. So whenever you cite some data or some source, you can write down the if you cite some data, you should write down the source also. That gives credibility to your point. Okay? Then limited market access. Small producers, artisans, they depend on the middlemen, and middlemen, what do? They do only ghapla. Only 12% directly access digital or organized markets. Middlemen always do some kind of ghapla. And we all know that. Right? Then digital and skill divide. Around 70% of informal workers, they lack basic digital literacy, making them unprepared for AI enabled economic systems. Right? Then social protection gaps. Only one third of eligible informal workers are registered under social security schemes like eShram or PMSYM. So, very less informal sector workers, they are a part of government social security schemes. Then fragmented policy and trust deficit, overlapping welfare databases, weak institutional coordination, they reduce the benefits, reach and trust among the workforce. So there is trust deficit among the people in the informal sector. Then you can talk about the major part, which is the key recommendations of Niti Aayog report. For example, first is launch of the digital Shram Setu mission. What is this? This is an AI enabled platform, a national level AI enabled platform which integrates social security, skilling, livelihood linkages for informal workforce. So we have this online digital platform, AI enabled platform, wherein all kind of the schemes and all for these informal workers, we add them together in one platform only, so that it is accessible for everyone. Secondly, develop sectoral AI models, prioritize high impact sectors. Okay, we have to focus on high impact sectors where a lot of people are employed, for example agriculture, construction, retail, logistics, for AI driven productivity enhancement. Then third, promote a voice first and vernacular interfaces to bridge the literacy barrier. AI tools should be accessible in local languages, dialects. So it should be accessible to everyone in every kind of language. For that, we have voice first and vernacular interfaces. Then PPP, public private partnerships, have been enhanced, to encourage collaboration among technology companies, startups, ministries, so that innovations can be scaled up in the informal ecosystems. Right? Apart from that, we have ethical AI and data governance. Create a responsible AI charter ensuring transparency, privacy, inclusivity in AI. In AI deployment for social sector. So we need to focus on the ethical use of artificial intelligence and data governance. Then AI skilling and micro credentials. Institutionalize continuous upskilling through modular AI curricula under Skill India 2.0. Okay, we need to focus on enhancing the skill base. We have to make more and more highly skilled people so that their employment is enhanced. And so that they can enter in the formal sector workforce. Then impact evaluation framework, mandate data-based evaluation on inclusion, income rise, service delivery to track social return on AI investments. You have to evaluate also, you have to establish a framework for evaluation purposes. These are the recommendations which are mentioned in the Niti Aayog report. Now you'll be able to answer this question only if you know the AI report, the Niti Aayog report, hai na? Then they asked about the next keyword that we highlighted, that what is technology's role in transforming informal workforce? So how is technology going to transform the informal workforce? Firstly, AI for financial inclusion. So AI can be utilized for financial inclusion purposes. AI driven credit scoring, SBI Yono, Setu.ai. They can enable micro loans for workers lacking collateral or formal records. So through these online platforms, through AI, we can provide them with micro, very small loans. है ना? Then DPI, digital public infrastructure. We have platforms like Aadhaar, UPI, eShram, which create verifiable worker identities, enabling targeted benefits, wage transparency. Then smart contracts and blockchain. Transparent wage payments, supply chain traceability. They can reduce the exploitation. Right? Then AI enabled skilling. And AI enabled skilling, adaptive learning platforms like we have Skill India Digital can deliver vernacular, voice based micro learning modules to reskill the workforce. And then predictive analytics for welfare delivery. AI can optimize welfare targeting. Through we have for this PM Kisan Samman Nidhi data integration. Through that, we can ensure timely assistance, data driven governance to the people. That is how AI and technology can transform informal workforce. Okay, so we have basically highlighted the important keywords, okay, key recommendations and your technology's role in transforming informal workforce. They were explicitly mentioned in the question. Apart from that, because we are talking about recommendations, so automatically by common sense it means that first you have to talk about the challenges. Just like if they have asked about the measures, automatically you have to talk about the challenges also, only then you'll move on to the measures. Similarly, here they have talked about the recommendations because there are some problems which the committee must be working on, which Niti Aayog must be working on, and based on that, they have provided some recommendations. You have to write, before recommendations, some challenges. At last, you can conclude your answer. Your conclusion should be crisp, it should be clear, it should be to the point. Okay? How can you write the conclusion? The Niti Aayog roadmap envisions AI not as a disruptor, but as a social equalizer capable of transforming livelihoods with dignity. By integrating technology, trust, and targeted governance, India can unlock the untapped potential of its 490 million informal workers. So, how are you ending the answer? In a very, very positive note and in a solution oriented manner. Your answer should be, your conclusion should be in a way forward kind of manner. To realize Viksit Bharat by 2047, that means for becoming a developed country by the year 2047, AI must evolve from an innovation tool to an instrument of inclusion. So you are basically providing a solution also in your answer. You are summarizing also कि हाँ ठीक है, there are some challenges, but if we work on those challenges, then we can really become a developed country. ठीक है? Ma'am, in one answer, can we use one point in two different aspects, like vernacular apps have been mentioned in two different places? See, the best thing is going to be that you should club the similar points. Okay, but if you are writing it differently also, if the context is different to your points, then you can write it differently. But it's better that you club the important points or the similar points. Okay, it will give you more space for writing more answers. Plus, it is going to provide you more clarity when you write the answer. Fine. So I hope this is clear. I hope you know how you have to go about and with answer writing. I hope that is clear. If you guys feel like writing and want to share your answer with me, when I give you a question, there's going to be a Google form link in the comment section. First comment will be Google form link. You can post your answer over there in a PDF, preferably in a PDF or Word file. Post your answer here. If you want to share it with me on Telegram, then Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. You can connect with me over here and write down the answer. I will check it and evaluate it for you. Fine. For next week, I have this question related to multidimensional poverty, which is quite related to your static portion that we cover in your ESI classes. What is multidimensional poverty? What are key highlights of Global Multidimensional Poverty Index 2025 report? So your global MPI report, one of the most important reports again, which gives you a lot of insight related to the poverty scenario. It becomes important for you to cover. So this question, first of all, what is the keyword? Multidimensional poverty. So you have to explain the meaning of multidimensional poverty. That means when you write your introduction, it can be meaning of multidimensional poverty and how poverty is a multidimensional concept. We discuss it in our ESI classes also, that poverty is a multidimensional concept. It is just not the lack of income, but a lot of other things also. For example, lack of education, lack of health facilities, lack of proper hygiene. So poverty is a multidimensional concept. You can explain this in your introduction part, okay? Or you can provide some data from your MPI report that according to MPI report 2025, this is the poverty scenario. Multidimensional poverty is dash dash dash. So you can start your answer in this manner. Then second is you have to provide key highlights of global multidimensional poverty index. When you write down the highlights, obviously there will be challenges also. If you will be writing challenges, then write way forward also. And then conclusion. So try to write an answer and you can share with me. Okay? Ma'am, will you be covering COP 30 or is it not important? Yes, COP 30 is definitely important and we are going to cover that also. Don't worry. Okay? Fine. Ma'am, can you please provide the comprehensive list of questions in a single video for practice purpose? No, unfortunately, I won't be able to do that, but I can share with you on Telegram. I have, from time to time, I do share some important topics which I feel are important on my Telegram handle. So you can connect with me over there, message me over there. I will share it to you for that. Fine. But a video, I'm not going to promise that I can bring a video for important questions and all. I can't promise you with that, but I will try to do that. Okay? Don't worry. Okay? I have taken a screenshot of your message and I will take a look at that. I will see if it is possible. I will cover it. Fine. Otherwise, you can, join this descriptive batch also of RBI Grade B 2025 if you want. I am taking up ESI classes. You will get 40 plus live sessions, 80 plus foundation classes, ESI and FM notes, magazines. You're going to get full mock test for phase 2. You can enroll if you want. Okay? And if you want to enroll in the entire crash course for phase 2, then you can do it. You will get live classes, live descriptive practice sessions, ESI and FM books, magazines. If you want, you can enroll now. ठीक है? Fine, so that is all from my side. Thank you so much, everyone. If there's any question that you want to ask me, you can ask me over here. If not, if you want to connect, then you can connect with me on Telegram also, and whatever doubt you have, you can connect with me here. Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. Okay, so I hope that you have got an idea as to how you have to do answer writing, how you have to write an answer. For those who are new here also, this class will be definitely beneficial for you because we have discussed the basics also, right? So I hope that you guys are going to write the answer for the question that I've given you today, and next week on Sunday I'm going to check it out. Fine. So that is all from my side. Thank you. Have a good night, and I will see you all in my next one. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. we are going to have the live mint analysis. Okay? Live mint analysis. So if you want, you can connect. You can join this class also. I will share the link on the Telegram group. Okay? Okay, Adi, Vibhuti, you're welcome, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye and good night.